everybody. I'm here to review Skyscraper starring Dwayne Johnson, or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's the second collaboration with Roshan, Tumblr, something. I forgot his name, but the first collaboration was Central Intelligence with Kevin Hart. This movie was good. I wouldn't go much more beyond that or much below it. I think The Rock was seriously miscast, and yeah, I mean, let's start off with The Rock as a tank. I mean, this guy is a beast, and the movies that I love to see him in are ones like where he plays Luke Hobbs from The Fast and Furious, or The Rundown, where he's kicking ass and taking names left and right, and he's just this big tank, and he's this dude to be reckoned with, which is one of the reasons why I'm excited to see him as Black Adam, because he's going to get to use that muscle that he built on for all these years and put it to use. In this, it really could have been anybody. It could have been someone my size or just an average Joe doing the same thing. He didn't need to be this tank, except for one scene that takes place with helping his wife save their son. But the problem is, I think a lot of people go to see these movies for The Rock to see him in his sheer strength, and instead they get, this is going to sound wrong, but more character-driven experiences. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a good actor. He's very charismatic, and he kills this part. But the problem is that most people are going to see him because they want to see his character like Luke. I remember was sitting next to the people in the audience, one of the people were saying, like, why is he getting his ass kicked in all like the fights, which there are very few fights, and when there are, they're well choreographed, but like they said, they wanted to make him more human, so he's not this tank. He's taking punches, and he barely even throws a punch. He throws like one punch, and everything else is kind of just like him throwing people. But aside from that, I thought the rest of the movie was decent. I mean, the story was nothing new, nothing you haven't seen before. A lot of people keep saying it's a rip-off to Die Hard. It's not. It takes inspiration from it. There's really not a lot of character beats except like that match Die Hard, except for like one scene at the end that was like pulled right from the end. But other than that, he's definitely not as badass as John McClane. Maybe a little bit crazier, but like, John McClane was, the kill count with that guy was huge. This one, he's not really trying to fight people. He's just, the epic parts of this movie, unlike Die Hard, are the scenes when he's scaling the side of a building, whereas in Die Hard, it's him, throwing explosives down an elevator shaft and blowing up a bunch of bad guys. And some of the characters were a little wasted. I liked his wife a lot, but the guy from Orange is the New Black and 13 Hours, I can't forget his name, but he plays like his best friend. He was only in the movie for like 10 minutes, so I mean, it was a little wasted because I kind of like that guy as an actor. His kids were fun and everything, and I think the movie was overall just like fine. I enjoyed it, but I wish I got a little bit more out of it. I wish I got a little bit more fight scenes with him, and as much as I don't want to hold it against the movie because the movie was good on its own, like I do kind of want to see him like kicking ass and taking names like he does in like The Fast and Furious or The Rundown or Walking Tall or any of the other movies, even Central Intelligence, their first movie together with this director. But I don't think it deserves the trash that people are saying, like, oh, it's a ripoff, we're not going to see it. He tried really hard, he acts really good, the directing's really good, there's a lot of really intense moments that'll take your breath away. His wife, I can't remember her name, but she was also in the Scary Movie movies. Oh, not Scary, she was in the Scream movies. Neve Campbell or something like that. She was, like I said, she was good in it. But yeah, I mean, I can't get it above like a 6.5 just because there are very few beats that seem too similar to other movies. I would have liked a little bit more action. It could have been a little bit longer. But yeah, I'm a little nervous for this movie because the box office ratings for it are kind of tanking. It's not doing good here. Although once China comes around, I'm hoping that it kind of turns it around and like saves this film, because it definitely deserves at least to make its money back. And China seems to love this guy. I mean, every time a movie comes out with him in it, it explodes in China. I'm a little concerned about their next movie together, Red Notice. I'm starting to call him and this director the new Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg partners. For those of you who don't know, Edgar Wright made a trilogy with Simon Pegg, although it's not your traditional trilogy where it all takes place with the same characters. The first one was Shaun of the Dead, then the next one was Hot Fuzz, and the last one was The World's End, I believe. It seems like that's what Roshan Tumblr is trying to do with The Rock. He's trying to do something where it's like Central Intelligence, now we get this, and then we get Red Notice. Now, I remember a couple weeks back, I kept hearing that there was this bidding war for the movie Red Notice, which company was going to get the rights to like produce the movie. And I don't remember who won it over, but it was like this big deal. It seemed like a lot of people were anticipating this movie to like blow the lid off the floor, and it really didn't. And now they're probably kind of freezing in their shoes, wondering like, well, shit, did we waste all this money getting the movie? The movie Red Notice is pretty much, I don't know who's gonna fill which role. I'm assuming it's gonna be Gal Gadot in the thief role, but it's about like a thief and a DEA agent trying to like chase them down. There's not much more details I know about it, but I know it's going to be some kind of like heist movie. I'm assuming Gal Gadot is going to be like the feline, like cat burglar, and he's going to be like the badass DEA hunting her down. And there's some other secret character that he had a lot of meetings with like a certain actor that's going to be in it. And I don't want this movie's poor results to ruin that, because that sounds like something incredibly fun. I love heist movies. I love the Mission Impossible and the James Bond films a lot, but lately, over the course of the last couple years, they've kind of steered clear of like the heist and like the spy aspect and went more with like the action. And I love action, but I like it mixed with a good heist, and you haven't really gotten that a lot lately, at least not since Baby Driver or the first Ant-Man, but still those things are few and far between, and we don't get enough of them. So I hope that still gets made. In Central Intelligence, the choreography was trash, it was garbage, but the rest of the movie was great. This one, the choreography is much better. It's still a little choppy. I mean, like I said, when there are fight scenes, just let them play out in like a wide angle. Like, he's The Rock, like we want to see it, but he utilizes like so many quick cuts that you kind of can't really tell what's going on. It all happens so fast. I just want to sit on it and like appreciate it, But I'm hoping that by the third movie, with this experience, we'll get some, much better action scenes. Aside from that, yeah, I do highly recommend this movie. This is a movie that you need to see in the theaters. There is a huge spectacle to it that you won't get if you see it at home. So I know 6.5 sounds a little low, but it's definitely worth the ticket. So hope you enjoy. Hope you take this review into consideration. If you have any thoughts or comments, comment down below and let me know.